Alright guys, or girls, welcome back to the channel. As you can tell, we're sitting very high off the ground. We're on the Varla Eagle One 2.0, this brand new scooter that just came out. We already did the review on it the other day. Go Honda Accord, go, you're going so fast. Saw a little puff of smoke come out. You're burning a little oil, buddy. Go electric, man, go electric. But I've been having a blast on this thing. It's not too bad. It just, you gotta get used to your feet placement after a while. It just kind of hurts. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get to work and feel like Bambi all over again, because that's how I felt the last time. So if you guys aren't used to scooters, that's probably something you're gonna have to get used to. A bike is very easy, you just sit on it. It's probably something you've done back in the day when you're a little kid. Please don't go, please don't go. So yeah, it's just a little learning curve for me, but I feel like it's just like skateboarding. Once I got used to electric skateboards, I was able to do it. But the first couple miles, they really start hurting you until you get used to this feeling. Now, you guys probably can't see the display. It does say 37 miles per hour, but we already came to the conclusion that this is 2 miles an hour off. And why is everyone speeding? That car that was next to me earlier was speeding. The Honda was speeding, and then that silver car right up there is speeding. What's going on? Maybe I'm speeding too. No, wait, no. The speed limit is 35 right here. I'm going the speed limit. I wonder if you can get pulled over on this thing. Does anyone know what this would classify as? Because it's not an e-bike, so it doesn't really fall under the class 3. Woo! Wow, that actually took that bump better than my e-bikes do. I really don't think cops are gonna hassle us too much on this thing. I'm actually very worried about this trip, to be honest. This is gonna be the first time I'm going to work on something that's not like an e-bike. I only take e-bikes to work. I will say I am a little bit all over the place because it's not as easy to keep the handlebars straight compared to an e-bike. But the fact that you can fit in places is pretty nice. But you do have to have a little bit of more awareness and learn the scooter a little bit more. I don't know how to explain it. You have to be more safer on a scooter than my e-bikes. My e-bikes, I can just kind of do whatever and just have a good ass time. But this thing, definitely got to pay attention. I wonder how everyone's looking at me with me being in the intersection. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'm just in the middle of the street riding. Everyone's staring though, I will say. And we're going over the freeway, which has a bunch of squiggly lines in it. Perfectly fine. These tires feel nice and planted. They didn't feel wobbly or anything like that. Feels really good. I'm gonna try to move the screen for you guys a little bit. I know you guys aren't gonna see it right now, but when I do stand on the scooter, maybe you guys can see it a little bit better. I also forgot to put some zip ties or Velcro on this thing because this thing is not good at all. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna wait for this car and then I'm gonna go. You gotta know how to ride. I like being careful around the turns too on these scooters, man. How fast do you guys ride your scooters? Are you guys flying doing 30 miles an hour around a turn? Right now I can. I'm doing 32, 30. So that's 28, 30 roughly. That's not too bad, but sharp turns? Nah. If it's a sharp turn, there's no way I'm leaning this thing to the side. I just don't feel safe. I like it though. I really see why everyone buys scooters, especially the room it takes in my garage. I can have 20 scooters compared to 10 bikes. These things are just fantastic. And if I flip them each way, one's sitting front way, one's sitting backwards, I could probably fit a lot in there. They're not bad though. And honestly, I'm doing 36 right now, so 34, 35-ish. I don't feel like I'm going that fast. I really don't. Maybe because it's nice and smooth, or I'm just used to going fast in general, but when you're on a bike, sitting down, maybe it's because you're lower to the ground, and you're doing 30 miles an hour, it feels sketchy. This doesn't feel sketchy. Now, there's a setting that I adjusted in the last video, if you guys didn't pay attention to that, and it is P06. Holy crap, I gotta go way slower. These are not bicycle tires. There's so many bumps and debris and rocks on this side of the road. This is where I can actually go down. This is gonna be the most, I think, dangerous section, other than when you go up the overpass by my work. I changed P06. I think it was on 1 when we started off, and then I put it up to 5, and I didn't like 5. It just felt too jumpy. And then, so now I have it at 3. And 3 feels pretty good for me. I just don't like how the throttle felt when you're trying to hold 20 or 25 miles per hour. So this feels good for me. Also, P07, you might want to change that as well. That will bring up your top speed. It comes at 65, put it at the 80, and then you'll be able to do like 35 miles an hour. I was never able to see anything more than 35 miles an hour. So they say 40, I'm just not seeing it. I'm 165, 170 pounds, and it's not doing it for me. Look at all this debris. Look at this. Like, I'm gonna go slow, I'm sorry. I'm a daredevil and everything like that, but I also have a lot more YouTube videos to make. Like, look at this. Oh my God, you see what I'm saying? That could have took me out if I was going like 35. God, the whole thing popped off the ground. That is wild. Crazy. All right, so we're gonna go this way. All right, now we're on a better street right now. Also, you guys gotta let me know where you guys put your feet. So I've been having my rear foot on this thing, but man, it gets so tiring to have it there. So I've been trying to put both my feet on the deck. It's very small of a deck compared to the version 1. It was longer, but I don't know how I feel about it. I want my feet on the deck. I want them sideways. I'll feel a little bit more comfortable, but it feels more stable when your foot's on the back. I don't know. Let me know how you guys ride. Maybe it'll help me and give me some tips and stuff like that. All right, so now I got my own little playground right here to kind of maneuver. God, man, my back leg is killing. Insane. Oh, and we did start off with 100% battery, and we're almost halfway to work. And it says I'm at 86% right now, under throttle, not 85. I think it's going off a voltage tag, so when I let off, it'll probably jump back up. But we are down 1 battery bar. So yeah, 88 to 89% right now. Let me go. It still kind of pills out a little bit in number 3 in P06 setting. It definitely pills out when you have it on 5. So if that's what you want, do it. But then trying to hold a steady throttle the whole time is a little rough. But do it at your own risk. Varla says to not adjust that setting at all. Probably a safety thing, to be honest. So another thing too that you guys probably don't know, I'm going to work. I normally wear a backpack. I didn't bring my gaming console that I normally play when I go to work. It's very heavy, especially with the Xbox controller and all that stuff. So you gotta be careful with the trees. So I still have a little bit of weight in my backpack, but it's very odd because now my backpack is pulling me back a little bit, and then when you do hit the throttle, you literally, like, this is the best way I can explain it. So you're sitting like this, right, on the scooter. You full throttle, you got weight on your back. It's like this, like you go back. So you have to have your hands very tight on the handlebars. It's just something I'm trying to get used to. And now I'm riding with my feet being completely flat on the deck, and it just doesn't feel as stable. It feels way more stable when I put my foot on the back. I don't know why, couldn't tell you, but I'd rather be feeling like Bambi when I get off this thing, but be more stable and safe on the street. I can't wait though. Tonight we're definitely going to check out how the lights work in the front. I'll also show you the brake lights. We'll pull over on the same trail. There's no lights over here other than the street lights on the street. Yeah, well, that makes sense, right? The street lights on the street. Yeah, you got it. Damn, whose loud ass car is that? Could you hear that on the GoPro? Holy crap. All right, so this is gonna be a sketchy little section as well, so gotta be careful. There's always debris on the side. A Rubicon. Those are clean. Especially, man, wide ass tires like that. Can you get a ticket? Those things have to be like 6 or 8 inches from the body of that car. Dang. How are we going the speed of traffic? People are supposed to be doing like 50, 55 around here. I don't know. But we staying next to people. I really can't believe how smooth this scooter is. It's like smoother than most of my e-bikes, especially sitting down with a nice memory foam seat and everything like that. I don't understand. I feel like I would be okay like lending this to anybody to like ride it and test it out. My feet. I'm so glad I'm here. This is like a almost 7-mile trip. I'm so glad like I'm at work already because my feet hurt. And I couldn't go around this Jeep because their tires are too wide. So we had to wait. I would have ran right into his tire. But anyways, we are here. Ooh, I just hit one of the biggest dips. That's a huge dip on my car. And it's not too bad. It's crazy. I've never brought a scooter to work. This feels odd. It's cool though. Definitely cool. I wish I had some coworkers that can ride this thing, but I don't, so. All right, we'll see you guys at nighttime. This is what you guys want to see, the content coming up right now. Well, real quick before we get to that footage, it feels very weird pushing something that's like the same height as me. It is nice because it's not the lowered Onyx RCR, which is like super far down here and you're hurting your back. So it doesn't feel bad, it just feels weird. I was just thinking about this. So I got a chain to lock this thing, but I was like wondering where you guys lock them up at. I guess there's there's actually multiple ways to do it now that I think about it, never mind. I guess you can go through here if the chain fits, or if it's long enough, you can go around the whole body of it. Actually, no, that wouldn't work because someone just slide it off. So I guess the best spot to go is through the middle right here. So if you go through this little section, this is where I guess you could lock it up at, because then no one would be able to move it, I don't think. Hopefully not. Then again, I'm still not sure, because if it's loose enough, can't they just pull it and then put it all the way to the back? Or maybe you can go through here and then, I don't know. How do you guys lock up your scooters? I'm curious. I have this big old hunk of chain right here. It's pretty long because I tie it up to here. But anyways, I'll figure it out. See you guys in a second. Okay, all right guys, what's up? Let's get this scooter turned on. I gotta do the NFC right there. Turn that on. It just got locked out. If you guys can see that display, 87%, actually 88. As soon as I hit the brake, it went up 1%. Come on, keep hitting the brake. Maybe it'll go up in percentage. Go, go, go. Okay, it's not changing anything. But anyways, we're gonna take this thing out. I will show you guys how the lights look and everything like that, but I'm gonna get on one of the trails that has really no lights. So I'm gonna get out of this parking lot and then I'll show you guys how these lights look. And then we'll talk about how they perform and stuff if I could see on the road, which I'm very curious to see if I will or not. So to turn them on really quick, let me show you. It's this top button, and I'll say right off the bat, damn, very bright. I don't know exactly how wide it's gonna be yet, but check it out in a second. All right, so first impression, right off the bat, it's bright. And thanks for taking up my scooter or bike lane. God dang it. At least I can see those signs very well. I can definitely see everything on this side right here. This is absolutely insanely awesome because you definitely want to see everything while riding this. We're on the famous trail where I like to stop and turn the lights off and show you guys how this thing looks, and the brake lights too. We got to do that as well. Another thing too is when you are holding the brakes, if you guys can see that, it does give you a little indicator right there letting you guys know that. And then also when you turn the headlight on, you have a little headlight symbol on the left hand side, which is super nice. So let's see. Ooh, all right. Those brake lights right out the bat. This is the first time I'm actually seeing them. They aren't bright. I mean, they get decently bright when you hit the brakes, but that's not good. I would definitely like to have something different. So yeah, it's not that bright. Someone on a trail is gonna see you. Someone on the street is probably not gonna see you. They're probably gonna see your headlight more than the red on the back, if they're paying attention anyway. Yeah, kind of disappointed in the lighting system in the back, but it is what it is. Now let's check out this headlight right here. Now, I haven't adjusted it. It actually looks like it's pointed pretty damn good from how I put it on there. So this is moving it all the way down. Obviously, we don't want that. And this is looking pretty far out there. That's not too bad. Let me show you from the front so you guys can see how it looks. That's probably getting washed out a lot from the GoPro, but not too bad. So let me turn it off. I'll show you how this trail is because we're lighting everything up. This is how dark it is in this area without any light and just the screen on. And that's with the headlight on. So I'm gonna do this again. 1, 2, 3, bam. Okay, I was kind of off on my timing. But yeah, look, that's how it looks. That's actually really good. I'm very impressed. Now, I am still in mode number 3 since I left the house. I'm not gonna change it. It feels very good for me. It doesn't pill out as much and feels very safe. I'm actually a pretty big fan of this scooter, if I'm being honest with you guys. What I'm actually curious to know is how come e-bikes can't really have good headlights like this? Now, is it just bright because it's so high up off the ground so you cover more area instead of it being lower to ground? So like the way you point it, if that makes sense, you know, the lower light is to the ground, you got to find that happy medium where it's kind of like, I don't know, either it goes out too far or it's too close to you. This, you have a little bit more maneuverability of the headlight for it to, I don't know, get it angled right. I don't know. All I can tell you is that I can see way more than I can with my e-bikes. It's not super wide, but it's definitely wide enough for where you're gonna actually be riding at, because this thing is very small. It's not as big as an e-bike. I like it. Now, one thing I don't like that I was noticing, the battery percentage goes off voltage sag. So as I'm on it, you already saw that we were at 80-something% when I left. I've only went like 2 miles and we're down to 53%. And it's going off a voltage sag. And as it's sitting here at holding a constant speed, now it's actually going up to 60%. So it's definitely going off a voltage sag. That's not something I like to see. And now it's back at 80. So I don't know, a little bit disappointed in that, but what are you gonna do? I don't make these products. That's just how they come to me. But I like it, man. I like it. Can't really take sharp turns. You got to be very careful on your placement, on, you know, how you ride and everything like that. Definitely was feeling the pain when I stopped the GoPro when I got to work and started walking around work. I get there a little early, so I sat down at the table and I literally felt like I bench pressed stuff with my legs all day, like for an hour at the gym. It's just something you got to get used to if you get one of these things. So it's not really a big complaint. It's just something that a newbie has to get used to. That's all I'm saying. And I'm starting to get used to the fact that I do sit up pretty high. I'm getting used to where my feet rest at. I've noticed that putting more like weight on the back at times and kind of letting my front foot like kind of just rest a little bit. And then I do the opposite where I put more, I hit the gas instead of the brake. What an idiot. I'll rest my front foot on the deck. I'll put more pressure on it later on, type of thing. I'll just basically switch off, and that feels okay for me. I've been trying to look down a lot though, and you know, lean back a little bit so you guys can see the display. And you know what I just realized? As I'm leaving work, I forgot to clock out. And I left early, so god damn it. I was talking to someone about there being an issue at work on the computer and I couldn't get through stuff, and I totally forgot. All right, real quick, this is a bumpy section. I don't know if you guys can tell, but definitely bumpy. Handles it like a champ. It's not too bad. I like it. There's just 3 guys just walking by themselves. You know they ain't up to no good. Why are you out here? It's 12:30 in the morning. It's when I get off work, and I don't know, they just... You never know, all right? Another quick update as we're riding. I'm only able to do 33 miles per hour, which we already said that this display is off by about 2 miles per hour. So we're doing roughly 31 to 32 miles per hour. That's kind of disappointing, the fact that I probably only put maybe 10 miles on this scooter so far since we've been on it going on a full charge. But I did say that you're only gonna get probably 20 miles out of this thing. So 14 miles, that's almost kind of killing it. I figured we'd be back with like 30% battery left, maybe 25%. Yeah, so 15 miles would be about 25%. So I would, yeah, we should be able to hit 30% when we get home. We'll see how it looks like, but it's a little disappointing that we lost a lot of top speed already. All right, this is a little tricky. Know your roads if you ride these things for the first time, just to get a feel for it. There's a lot of cracks and I don't want the wheel to catch, so definitely got to be careful on that. I wouldn't be mad if I spent my money on this thing. I got a discount code. I was wrong in my first video. They got back to me and they said the first 5 people that order this from them, you're gonna get $200 off. So right now, if I'm not mistaken, it's $16.99. I think it was originally like $15.99. But if you use my code, you get it for $14.99. So $1,500 for this scooter is great. Now it is definitely heavy to kind of move it here and there, but honestly, the average person shouldn't have too much of a problem. I wouldn't think so anyway. Especially with that latching mechanism. Honestly, I'd be able to put this in my Fiesta, no problem. So if I go on a group ride with the guys, I can definitely throw this in my car. The only bad thing is 20 miles of range is... It's okay, it's just not the best. What are you doing? What an idiot. You have all that room, you got your own lane, and you're trying to go into my lane. Dumbass. All right, going over this again. Tires feel perfectly fine on an overpass, because overpasses have those lines in them. I probably said it earlier in the video. Feels perfectly fine, no issues. The one thing I just really keep hearing on this scooter is that latch in the front, and I really want to get rid of that thing. So like I said in my first video, the easiest way to get rid of it is just get I would say a Velcro strap. That would look a lot cleaner. Cut one if it's too long, or you can get a double zip tie or maybe one big zip tie and you'll be perfectly fine. I'm not a big fan of that rattle. It kind of takes away from the quality of the scooter, even though you get a lot of your money with the Varla scooters. I really think they were changing the game a long time ago. I actually reached out to them. I want to say, man, it had to been like almost 2 years, I'd say. Kind of like my first year I started, and I started getting popular. And they were sending them to people that had like 1,000 subs, maybe 2,000 subs. And I think at that point I had maybe like 3,000 or 4,000, and they just never got back to me. And then finally they reached out to me, and I didn't want to review the first one because it was too old. So they said, okay, we'll reach out to you for the new one when we get ready to do it. And then a couple months later, boom, we got the 2.0, and I'm glad we did, because I like to get the products when they first come out to, you know, hype you guys up and see how the new stuff is. I don't want to really ride old stuff. I want to get the latest stuff out there, the latest tech. I'm a huge tech nerd. Like, I love new stuff. I love where tech's going, like everything. The AI stuff is a little crazy, like the fakes, you know, the deep fakes and stuff, people putting faces on people. You never know. I can get famous enough, people are going to put my face on other bodies and whatnot. I don't know. But I love technology, and I love this scooter. I'm still just so surprised. Like, we're going to end this video soon, and I can't get over how smooth this thing is. Like, how does this have such smooth suspension compared to my e-bikes? Like, I love it. Now, I don't know how someone's going to be if you're like 250 pounds. They do recommend 260 pounds max, but you can be up to 330 pounds on this thing. They just don't recommend it. I'm curious to know how someone is that's like $125, and then someone that's like 265. Like, I'm really curious to see how the suspension acts. And I'll say I'm kind of in the middle. I'm 165, 170, and I don't have a single problem with the suspension. I feel like it was made for me. Like, it just feels like gold. I'm very happy with it. The brakes as well work really good. I'm not someone that really wants to slam on the brakes. I did that in my review video. You guys can go check that out. It's a video back. And I would really appreciate it if you guys are interested in this and we can work with Varla in the future, because they do have a pro scooter I would love to try out and test. I don't know if they're ever going to send it to us, but if we do make sales with Varla and you guys are very interested and you guys love my channel, support me by using the coupon code and the link down in the description. And it basically shows the company that they're giving me a scooter and it's going out to the public and they're getting their money's worth out of it. Why are you going so slow? Go. Go. That was the slowest driver I've ever seen on a street that's supposed to be 45 miles an hour. Gotta sit and wait for people? Come on, man. I'm on a scooter and I can move faster than you, buddy. I should have went back and raced him. That's what we should have done. But anyways, we're towards the end of the video. Very safe scooter. If you guys want to get it for your kids and stuff like that, I would still recommend them be over 16, but very smooth. I would have thought that 35 miles an hour, even though it says 40, I never got 40. You would think that's fast. It doesn't feel that fast. But make sure they're safe, you know, make sure you got a helmet and all that kind of stuff and gloves. Don't ride this thing without having some type of safety protection. But all right, guys, you guys are true MVPs. And if you guys haven't joined yet, I do have a membership thing. It helps support the channel. It's $3 a month. I put out early community posts, and I'll show you guys the videos ahead of time so you guys can check them out. Even before we have like thumbnails and stuff for the video, just so you guys can see the videos before they're live. I'll also post up exclusive stuff I get, like the background stuff of me buying stuff or stuff that came in that I don't post up right away. So if you guys want to join, the links will be down in the description for Varla and for the membership. So see you guys in the next one. Appreciate it again. Ooh. Oh, real quick, I'm pretty sure you guys want to know what we did. So 14 miles, roughly, like 13 and a half to be more realistic. 65%, and it's going to go up a little bit. So I think we're going to end up at like 67, 68%. That's actually way better than I thought. Maybe you will get more than 20 miles of range in full throttle and using both motors. That's pretty good. Oh, wait. Oh my God, the whole time I was riding this thing and Sorry. What? Leave me alone. Okay. The whole time I was riding this, I totally forgot to put the RGB on. I forgot how to do the RGB. Is it the down button? Ah, there we go. Oh. The whole time I could have been cruising in style and I totally forgot about the RGB. Man, that's the whole reason you want to show it off at night. Damn. All right, guys, on that disappointing note, I'll see you guys in the next one.